All right. What's up, everyone? Today, whew, today I have a new any percent PB for all of you, and I've been wanting to do this for a while, but for this PB, I wanted to just kind of talk about what's going on. Uh, so yeah, I got a 1622, which is kind of epic. Starting off with this trick, this is the Geyser Rock Power Cell animation skip. And you see, when I do that skip, you can kind of scroll back and look at it if you want, but you'll see, like, when I get up into the air there, the camera, I place the camera in such a way that when I grab the power cell, it deloads. The entire power cell deloads as I grab it, effectively skipping the entire cutscene. I have a clip that I kind of explain it more so visually. I can link that in the description. I'll also link explanations to Fire Canyon Skip and Lava Tube Skip, which is coming up. I figure people will want to know about that. But for those who aren't, too well versed in terms of Jack speedrunning stuff, like that right there, that's kind of an easy one. When I take damage there on the ground, all you gotta do there is double tap triangle, and that gets rid of the entire fall damage animation, which is why I was able to get out of that so quickly. That's kind of probably one of the easiest tricks in the book there. But yeah, I guess more about the run itself. This is the first time. Yes, this is the first time I've had a world record in any percent in a few months now. My 1633 was not world record. I think world record was a 1624 at the time. Jazz ended up improving that by another second, getting a 1623. Also, shout outs to that motherfricker Jazz, because he's freaking nuts. And he's a homie. Yeah, this run is another 1 second world record. An 11-second PB for me, but in terms of world records, yeah, that's a 1 second PB, or 1 second world record rather. But the run goes on. We're gonna keep going. Here we're in Sandover. You see we have 4 power cells. I'm gonna make a save here because whenever Jack respawns, he gets put in an ungrounded state, and I keep this ungrounded state with these jumps, because if Jack stands on the ground for more than 4 frames, he goes from the ungrounded state into a grounded state, and grounded state is bad because once we reach the Fire Canyon terrain, then we're freaking screwed. We can't bounce on the terrain if we're in a grounded state, so we have to keep in that ungrounded state to get here. Again, more explanation on that in the description of the video. But yeah, for now we bounce, and bouncing is important for a couple reasons here. Bouncing too long sucks, because obviously that's time loss. But what the type of stress that I do is also very important here. It's probably the best part of the entire run, honestly. Fire Canyon Skip is easily like the most difficult thing about the run as well. So that's first box that I just went past. That is easily where I reset the most. A very tough angle, like you have to get like an exact angle on that last bounce around the box. And I also, what I like to call one-tapped it. I kind of lean up against the wall and just like for a little bit of time. I lean up against the wall for a bounce, and then that helps me with my setup getting past first box. But I didn't usually. Sometimes I take an extra bounce to set it up. But without that extra bounce, I like to call it. I one tapped it. Just a little funny thing there. But yeah, one tapped first box. On my way to second box now. Second box is an interesting strat because by about here, I already know whether I can do the weightless strat, which means you basically approach and get past second box without having to wait. And And so I know I'm perfectly set up for it here. So take this bounce here. This is the most important bounce. That one there and that one there are kind of the big bounces of second box. Yeah, get past it because I knew I was set up for it. After second box, immediately you have ramp. This ramp you can see kind of off to the left. I turned my camera just now so you can't see it, but this is freaking rough. This kills a lot of my runs as well. But you know, we get past it. Thank God. Ramp is killer sometimes, man. But you know, we get through it. Now we have these dark eco crates. What's important here is that you want to hit the sides of these crates. You can't hit the top because hitting the top will, you know, that'll actually kill Jack. So yeah, the sides are what we want. Okay, I do that. I don't take any extra bounces for this strat. This strat is relatively new. It saves 3 seconds, or rather 3 bounces, I should say. It saves 3 bounces, and I really like doing it. I feel pretty good and pretty consistent on it. So I started to do it. I also did it in my 1633, but not in my 1635 from a while back. So you notice that I actually gold this segment. I got a 330 flat fire canyon skip, which is, you know, I did every single strat that I wanted to do in fire canyon skip, and pulled it off. And so I got a gold by about 0.4 seconds. So that's pretty epic. Right now I'm collecting green eco pellets. You'll see I have 28 little green eco pellets in the top left corner. Once I reach 50, people who have, you know, played Jack, you guys know that once you have 50 green eco pellets, you end up with an extra health, right? For a max health of 4. And that's important. That's important because we need all 4 health for the fastest version of Lava Tube Skip. If you have 3 health, you can still do Lava Tube Skip, but it's a much slower version that you can't really world record with. So yeah, I collect my 28 going into Rock Village, and then I collect my 22 at Mountain Pass. My last 22 in Mountain Pass. Now we have Lava Walk. Lava Walk's a pretty funny trick. You'll see on the bottom of my screen, you'll see a 13 out of 77. That 77 is how many fire canyon skips I got, and 13 is the number of lava walks I got. So right there, you grab a ledge at a specific time. Although you don't know when that time is, you just kind of have to try and go for it, and if it works, it works. You know, the game blessed you. It sucks. It sucks. It's not a very difficult trick. It's just really, really inconsistent. So now I've gotten it 14 out of 78 tries since coming back to this category. So I've been documenting that. 14 out of 78 I know is pretty rough. I don't even need to know the percentage on that. I know that's under 20. So yeah, and it's supposed to work about 20% of the time, or at least in you know, recent years. That's about how much it's worked for me. But now we're in Mountain Pass. You'll see that I'm actually collecting the eco like I said I was. I'm up to 48 now. There's 4 green eco at the end, but yeah, I'm only gonna need one of the boxes to give me the other 2 that I need. Another thing in Mountain Pass, you can actually go too fast. You actually go too fast, so you see right here I slow down. If you get too far away from the purple guys, whether the purple lurkers, whether that be too far ahead or too far behind, the game recognizes it as, hey, you're too far away from the lurkers, so we gotta kill you now. You're too far behind the lurkers, we gotta kill you. So I had to slow down there so that the game doesn't trigger that. I got my last eco, so that's epic. Now we're in Hub 3, already in Crater. If you blinked, you missed it. Right now we're gonna head over to do Lava Tube Skip. Kind of the big, one of the bigger tricks of this run is Rocket Uppercut. I actually fumbled the bag a little bit there, but I get set up for that boosted across the minecart. And this is Rocket Uppercut here. It's easily one of the most annoying tricks late game. It is probably the most annoying trick late game. But I got it third try, which I will take every time. I lost quite a few runs to Lava Walk. You know, out of the 14 runs I've gotten past Lava Walk, quite a few of those have been lost to Rocket Uppercut. As well as, well, Lava Tube Skip. The rest of Lava Tube Skip that's coming up here. So yeah, I have to do this 30-second wait here. Again, the reason why I do this, I couldn't honestly explain it all on my own, so that's why we have video help. There's a video from the Rixer. You guys might know him. I'm sure you do. If you know this channel, you probably know who the Rixer is. Yeah, there's a video on his channel explaining what the heck is going on here. But I mean, in terms of execution, everything's going pretty smoothly so far. Nothing, you know, nothing too slow. My gold here is a 112, and that's only achievable if I do some slightly crazier strats than I normally do. But I'm doing kind of like 113, 114 strats. So I get like a solid 114 here. Perfectly fine. Again, I'll take a 114 any day of the week. So right now, that is my first sub 11 LTS, man. That's freaking sick to see. That's like the time. That's the time that I want right there. That's the time I've been dreaming about. And you'll see my best possible time here. You'll see I have to wait another 30 seconds. Again, Lava Tube Skip reasons. Check out the description. Yeah, this is gonna take me to the second checkpoint of Lava Tube. You'll see my best possible time is a 16:05 here. Obviously, I ended up with a 16:22 due to some mishaps in Final Boss, but you know, it is what it is. Final Boss is deceivingly difficult to get a good time in. Requires perfect pause buffers. You know, you have to not miss any pause buffers, of course. That's 2 pause buffers in Final Boss split, and then you have to get all 3 1 frames, and a good light eco spawn to even potentially beat my gold by frames. You know, it's rough. So it's really easy to lose time to that Final Boss gold. This lava tube was kind of sus. That jump was a little weird. Another weird part of lava tube. It's funny. I wasn't even that nervous. I had already, you know, the hard part is over, pretty much. Like, the run killing stuff is over. I kind of make that weird mistake. I bumped that Dark Eagle, you know, crate on the left side there. I knew I wasn't gonna die, but like, it was still like a dumb mistake. Lost me a second. It is what it is. Yeah, we get the final boss here. I'd like to do my roll jump into pause buffer strat, but I missed, you know, 1 pause buffer, 2 pause buffers, 3 pause buffers, and then I finally get the skip there. Basically, pause buffers make it so that you're immune to cutscenes, and so I pause buffer, hit that button, and then die, which effectively skips the cutscene. Same thing here, pause buffer, skips the cutscene, and then there's a checkpoint bug. I'm sure quite a few of you know about it, but in the original version of Jack 1, for some reason, you can try this out too on your disc. If you have the original Black Label, or I guess most of you can do it. It kind of depends on it's weird, which version of the original version you have. Basically, if you watch that first Citadel cutscene, you can save and load your game, and you can end up at the very end of Citadel. So, like, yeah. That's kind of what happened there, but, you know, just a pause buffer added into the mix. Also, right there, I did one of the 1 frames there that I was talking about. 1 frames, so that first 1 frame was nice. It's usually one of the most nerve-wracking ones. I'd say it's like the second most nerve-wracking of the 3. This next one isn't as nerve-wracking because, I don't know, I already got the first one, so I feel pretty okay about getting the second one. I don't get it anyway. You'll know when I get it when I when Jack starts spinning in the air off of the jump pad. And what do I mean by 1 frame? This game runs at 60 FPS, and basically if you press X on the jump pad and then press circle exactly 15 frames later, so like a quarter of a second later, yeah, you have to do it exactly 15 frames later, and if it's 1 frame too late or 1 frame too early, then you don't get it. And what that spinning does, it starts the next phase earlier, like the robot starts moving in the air, as opposed to when you don't get the 1 frame and the robot waits for you to land and then starts moving. But you'll see I only got the first one there. And there's a quick shot strat that I also didn't get for this phase here. Leaves me another couple seconds. So pretty rough final boss fight, man. I was pretty disappointed in this boss fight. The rest of the run was totally fine, though. You know, it's kind of the run I'd been wanting. But sadly, final boss didn't do me justice. Or I didn't do final boss justice, rather. But it was enough. As you all know from the title, I mean, I got 1622, man. I still PB'd by 11 seconds. Retook world record, which I mean, again, my final goal in this category was not a world record to begin with. You know, the big goal is I want to kill the category. You know? I also got a really good eco spawn there too, really freaking epic eco spawn there, and that's actually what got me the 1622. If I had a worse eco spawn, that would have been a 1623, and the world record would have been tied. Which wouldn't be the first time, but yeah, that was 1 second world record, man. The big goal here is a 16-0x, which is really, really tight. 16-0x is gonna be nuts. Because this gold is so tough to reach, man. It's so tough to reach. But you know, we're gonna freaking try. We're gonna freaking try, man. If you're still watching, I mean, you know, I stream nearly every day, every weekday at least, over at twitch.tv/outrageousjosh. So if you want to see something like this for yourself, I recommend go checking it out. Alright guys, thank you for watching, and see you soon.